name is Maria Rafferty. I'm the owner and operator of the winery at Sunshine Ridge Farm. And we are a farm, winery, and brewery, and we also sell cider.
Wonderful. And you guys are located in Gainesville, Manassas area?
Yes. So we're in Gainesville. We're right on Lake Manassas. Yeah. And we are the only place that you can come to on Lake Manassas and enjoy the lake unless you're part of one of the gated communities. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That is a nice feature there. I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people enjoy that. And the workers too, probably.
Yeah.
Love
It's
that.
not a bad office.
Yeah, right? Before we get into the winery, I'd like to know a little bit of a background about yourself and how you got started in the winery business.
Sure.
And how you got to this point.
So my background is as an attorney.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went to school, grew up and went to school in Connecticut, and then I moved down here for a job in DC. I did that for a number of years. Then I raised my children, kind of a mix of both at that point. When the last one was going to college, my thoughts were second half's going to be a little more fun. So that's kind of what led me into that. I'd always taken classes in winery production, how to own a winery. But I'm one of those people that's a little ADHD. You know, I've taken framing classes. I've taken photography classes. I've taken, anything that interests me. I'm a curious person. I like schooling. So I've always taken things that interest me. And then we had property right next to ours on the lake, 10 acres. And then we just grew it from there.
I love that. No, I love that you're a person who's always like learning or wanting to learn more about it.
Things that you're curious about. You got one life.
Yes.
Go out there and find out about it and learn about it. And you never know where it's going to take you. And this took me to doing a winery.
Love that. Would you say that any piece of being like in your background of like an attorney has helped you with your business right now?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. There's a lot of regulation, obviously, with farm wineries and breweries. There's a lot of things you can and can't do, and we want to make sure we're doing everything right. So that has been helpful. As far as starting a business, there's a lot that goes into that, paperwork wise, etc. So all of those things in my background helped me definitely get started. My husband does construction. He owns Style Roofing, which is a business that's been in business for 30 something years. Wow. So when we were building the building and the property, we did it ourselves. So,
a bit of a project there, huh?
Yeah, big project. Yeah. So I did the creative aspect and he did the, kind of like Chip and Joanna Gaines. I'm going, we got to have this. And he's going, that's not really possible.
So he's like the expert there.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, let's pivot and do it like this. And so, so we went like that, which was fun for our family to do too.
Yeah, I'm sure it was nice, a bonding moment and getting to create what's in your head. Like, bring it to life.
Yeah. Like my son did construction on it. My daughter does my social media. My father built our big table that we have in the brewery because he was a carpenter his whole life. At, 80 years old.
Yeah.
He's building this big table.
Goodness.
My father-in-law did all our smaller tables in the main dining room. My mother-in-law did our big sign when you come in. I mean, it's just been a whole family affair.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Truly family-owned business and created.
Yeah.
Love that. I'd like to talk about the winery now and what type of, I guess, ciders and wines you offer. And I guess people can also book their weddings there, private events. Talk to me about all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, so our winemaker is Ashton Lowe. He's been doing this a long time. I would say at least 20 years. And I already liked his wine from having it at other wineries. So I'm really pleased with what he does. Then we right now get our cider from Cobbler Mountain. It took me a minute to recall it.
That is okay.
But they're local. And honestly, they make cider better than I could. So we buy their cider from them. Brewery, we do some of our own. We also get some from a couple different breweries locally. I don't bring in anything local if we don't make it even.
Yeah.
Because again, we're part of the community.
Yeah.
So every last drop doesn't have to be done by us.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And then also it's a community, you're helping everybody.
Yeah.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. And I understand there's an age limit there.
There is.
I like that.
Yes. So because we're on the lake, and as a mother especially one of my kids was that kid that you opened the car door
And
and flew into the most dangerous area possible. Yeah, everybody has that one kid. I
yeah,
had that kid. So that was my thought. Like, this is not good to
yeah.
have hundreds of people. I mean, on a Saturday, we'll have 500-600 people on the
Woo.
property. You can't have that on a lake with a bunch of toddlers running around.
Yeah, no.
That's just, so we just made it 16 and up.
Okay.
Basically, if you can drive and you can sit in your seat and you're not running around,
Yeah.
you're fine to be there.
Yeah. No,
with-
that makes sense. I was thinking for other reasons because I thought it was like adults only,
No, but we have embraced that because I made that 16 and up rule for safety purposes.
Yes.
So then we've embraced our adult playground
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that you guys have events. So talk to me about that. That's pretty cool that like if you're like bored at like locally and you're like, what do I do? I
Yeah.
want to go to DC. You can go to this brewery and like have a good time.
Oh yeah. No, so it's been we have on Thursday nights all different kinds of events. So we've made that kind of our try new things out. So we have a comedy night once a month with local comedians. There's a troupe of like 30 of them and about 14 to 15 come in. That's once a month. Line dancing, we have once a month under the big tent outside. So you're looking at the lake, you're getting the fresh air and super fun.
Yeah.
We have ladies night once a month
Ooh.
on Thursday. That is a huge hit. I mean, that's 150 to 200 people in
Oh
the
my gosh,
building.
you guys got a crowd.
Shopping, clothes, jewelry, soaps, all kinds of things. We have a DJ, so there's dancing,
Whoa.
conga line. It's super fun. It's where you can go. You don't have to get dressed up. Have
Or
fun
go
with your
very far.
girlfriends. Yeah. Really fun. So now we're having movie night on the other Thursday a month. So you
Oh.
sit outside with popcorn, huge screen on the stage. Like you're just watching a movie like at an old drive-through that you
Oh,
would go to
man,
when you were a
that's
kid.
so
Yeah,
cool.
so we're doing a lot of fun stuff, but every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, live music, food trucks, and on the lake. So people come tell me they're like, it's like being on vacation.
Oh my goodness, I gotta head out over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
and
You'll
experience that
enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
I also like to know if you since Halloween and it's like spooky season, it's October 1st today. Do you guys have anything fun happening? Or
So our ladies' night is Halloween themed.
nice.
And then actually usually Halloween itself, we have like basically a costume party. And then we are showing practical magic for Halloween on our Thursday movie night. So mostly everything we do around that week's time has a Halloween theme
Love
to it.
No, I love spooky season. So I was just like, let me see if they got something.
Yeah.
Love it. And now I know you said that your daughter helps with the social media. I'd like to know what you guys are doing as far as like marketing, getting the word out there about these events that you're holding,
Yeah.
the wine, and
Yeah.
showcasing what you can provide as far as weddings and private events
Yeah.
and how you're going
Yeah.
about doing it.
So my daughter does a social media. And honestly, she just graduated from Syracuse last year. And I would be calling her at school going, I have spent 30 minutes trying to do this reel, and she's going, Mom, it's not that hard. I'm like, honey, I'm almost 60. It is that hard, But so obviously when she graduated, I was like, please come in here and save me. So she does reels. She does all of that stuff. We're also getting our website redone. So it is a little more user-friendly than our
Cool.
initial one. And then I have somebody who does small events and somebody who does our weddings. And the weddings have just been fabulous. We built a new area in the woods. So it's kind of like Twilight.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're in a little circle of trees. And then in the back of that is an open area where you can see the lake.
Oh,
like
picture
15 feet away. And then we have wood chairs. You sit in the wood chairs. We've got a little, I don't know, whatever you call it, that they decorate that the bride and groom stands under.
a trellis? Or
Yeah,
something
yeah, like a
that?
trellis kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we have that. And then it's grassed in the middle and then big stones that you walk across toward your spouse.
That is quite an experience. Very
Yeah,
unique.
it's gorgeous. It's unique. And we were inspired by a bride who wanted a Twilight
themed wedding.
themed wedding. And she's like, you have the woods. I was like, okay, now we got to build this Twilight themed wedding. Now I'm seeing the vision too, you
Yeah.
know?
Did you watch the movie now?
Yeah, and I have. And as soon as she started saying it, I was like, oh, this spot over here would be perfect for this.
Right?
It's just on a peninsula at the water's edge. I was like, oh, okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
No, that's great. What have been some of the challenges like starting this winery? And like I know you guys like built it and everything. What were some of the challenges you went through? And could you talk to me about how you got through them and like what you learned?
The hardest part has probably been dealing with regulation with regard to farm wineries, when a lot of people locally are may not be as familiar with the state requirements.
Mm,
So you're trying to balance this is what the state says I can do, and the locality saying you're not allowed to do that because you're a business. And I'm like, we're actually agricultural, farm based business, which have slightly different rules.
hmm.
So just kind of learning it better myself
Yeah.
and then talking with the locality and making sure they understand what we're doing because in Prince William County we don't do much of that,
Hmm.
and people more and more are trying to bring those breweries and those different things, not just in like a commercial warehouse setting but in a farm setting which has different requirements.
Yeah.
And then we started this at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah. Ooh.
We started this and then literally we're pouring concrete and we're in COVID, so
What a
it
time to
was,
start that.
yes, yes. So a lot of meetings with masks on, all of us standing 10 feet apart and talking during the construction process.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, we got through it. So
Yeah. No, I'm glad you did. Now we've got like an amazing place where people can go to and have a good time.
yes.
And I understand that you do take some walk-ins, but it's mostly through reservation. Is that correct?
It's a balance of each.
Okay.
In the summer, it's not as much of an issue because we have that huge outdoor area. So people are like, it's sunny, I want to sit outside. More challenging in the winter because
Mm.
as we come into the colder time of year, the seating is limited. Nobody wants to sit outside.
No. Cold.
So that's when it becomes more of a challenge.
Yeah.
But usually there's still plenty of seating between the upstairs and down.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And you guys also have fireplaces.
We do. We
got.
have big stone fireplaces inside, which just give it a beautiful ambiance. And we have fire pits outside.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roast those marshmallows, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Oh my goodness. I really need to go head on
You
over
do.
there.
You need to come. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to get the team and be like, guys, we should make a night out of it or something fun, ladies' night.
And we definitely have, I think every winery has to kind of brand themselves like any business. Because of, I think, my age and where I am in my life, I didn't want to brand myself as that winery that's open only 11 to 5 and does, very seated, formal tastings. I wanted us to be more like you show up on the farm.
Yes.
There's live music playing, a much more casual environment.
Yeah.
Again, bringing in the beer, bringing in the cider for maybe people who don't enjoy wine, who want to do something else. I definitely wanted it to be a more casual vibe. So I think everything we do, including our new website, will show
Yeah.
that that's who we are.
Wonderful.
There's a place for every different type,
Yes. No, that sounds like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to dress up. Are people going to judge me and be like, whoa, she
Yeah.
just rolled out of bed or something? It's not literally me rolling out of bed, but I don't want to
Yeah.
put in that much effort. I
Yeah.
just came home from work. I just want to be comfortable.
Exactly. Like we have the fun tables where people are dressed in the dress and they've got the hat and it's super cute. We take pictures and and all that. But then we also have the people who come in a pair of jeans just from
Casual.
working in their yard and they just want to grab a beer and sit at the lake and they're good too.
Ugh, I love that. I love the different kinds of wineries that there are that can cater for different
Yes,
people. Thank
exactly.
goodness that
Yes,
there's
yes,
variety,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Love it. I'd like to know what you talked to me about the website and that's kind of like look you're going for, but could you maybe for listeners who haven't been there or haven't checked out the website, talk to me about what the decor is inside and what the style is. Is it like rustic? Is it modern? Is it chic? Tell me.
Very rustic.
Nice.
So we milled a lot of the wood from the property.
Ooh.
As we took down trees and we milled and we've created the beams and everything from the wood actually on the property.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of pieces that we found too, like in the brewery, we have a metal shingle wall that was leftover shingles from my husband's roofing business. But even down to, you'll see our playful side, our menus where it says, your red wines, your white wines, and it goes through, little description of them. The white wine, the Riesling, it's sweeter, it's, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then you get to the end and it says pairs well with, well, we know, white wines pair well with chicken and fish, red wines pair well with your steak or your spaghetti. So I was kind of like, I don't need to repeat this. So we decided to make fun pairings. So my girlfriends and I, we get some wine and we're sitting around and we made like our Riesling pairs well with Matthew McConaughey at midnight playing the bongo drums.
Okay.
Because years ago he did that. He sat in his house and the neighbor called the police and there he was sitting around in his underwear playing the bongo drums, with a couple drinks in him.
Lovely.
I mean, and that to me sounds like a good time. So I was like, this pairs well with the Riesling as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I'm getting the hall pass for my husband if Matthew shows up. That's all I'm saying. But
Love
yeah,
it.
so all of our pairings are like that. They're all, one of the other red wines we put pairs well with quart of Ben and Jerry's, Amazon Prime, and your PJs. You know what I mean? Because you picture that night too. You're tired, you're exhausted, you came home from work, you just want a bottle of wine, some ice cream, and your favorite show on Netflix. And you're on Amazon Prime ordering all kinds of stuff you're never going to need the next day. You know what I mean?
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, we all are. So, so we made all these tongue-in-cheek pairings. Again, it's just the atmosphere of, oh, this is fun.
Very unique. I love it. And very personal touch to it. I
Yes.
think that's great. Sometimes people are like, just make a menu and just please
Yeah.
get it done.
No, we want every touch. Even some of the pictures. I can't describe those. You have to see them
You'll
in
have
person.
to see them. Okay.
But they're, again, you just look at it and you go, oh my gosh, these people have a sense of humor. Yeah.
Love it. No, good. Good. What about food? Do you guys offer any food?
We do. So there's food trucks every weekend, again, because of the volume of people.
Yes.
We also order all different types of charcuterie boards, just cheese or cheese and meat. We have a beer board, which is more like sausage and stuff like that. And then we also do flatbreads. So all different types of
have
flatbread.
that covered.
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Just wanted to hear it and confirm. Thank you. For
You're
when I go,
welcome.
I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to this now. Cool. And now I would like to know where you envision yourself with your family in the next 5 years with your business, or maybe even just personally, like expansion, growth. Talk to me about that.
Really, the main thing I want to do is grow the wedding area. Right now, it's tented. And we have 2 cool ceremony spots, the wooded one that I talked about, and then on the main lawn, just out in front of the big view, expansive views of the lake. I'd like to get out of the tent and into a building. And again, it's just a matter of going through all the steps with the county and everything to make sure we do it the right way. But I would like to put a big, beautiful building so that we could do it year round instead of just limited to the warm weather months. Other than that, I am not trying to I'm not trying to get to the point where we lose the personal touch. So I think that's where I'm interested in stopping. And again, when you get so big, you lose that time with your family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose that either. So yeah.
Cool. And how many employees do you have that are helping you or?
Part-time, I probably have 5 full-time.
Okay.
And then part-time 30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And a lot of it honestly is teachers. And then in the summer we have students that come home from college and stuff. Some of them we've had since high school that
you get to watch
that
them grow up.
started with us in high school and now are in college and come home in the summer and we get to see how they're doing. And it's great.
No, that is so wonderful. I love that. It's so friendly, like community based and family based. Like,
oh, definitely.
Love that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool. And now talk to me a little bit about when people come in, what kind of environment do you hope or experience that you hope that they have when they come onto your farm?
Yeah.
Or winery. I'm sorry. Why I say farm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it was the same. Farm, winery, farm, brewery. Yeah, for sure. Fun. I want them to have fun. At this point in my life, I'm not doing anything that's not fun. I'm just not. I've done the work. I've made the money. And so now this point in my life is going to be fun from now on. And I want people to come in and get that and have that too. So when they leave, I want them to be like laughing, getting into their car, like, wow, that was a great time.
We're coming back here tomorrow.
We're coming back. And people say that to me. I mean, they come up to me, they're like, I had so much fun today. I am definitely going to be back. I didn't even know you were here. I'm like, great. That literally is word for word what I'd love to hear somebody saying walking out the door.
Oh, Okay, I know you keep saying this, but literally, I want to go over there. I want to go experience this, and I love like a good view with lakes and like all that good stuff, and just relax.
And honestly, it's gorgeous. That's the first thing people say when they come in. They go, "This is gorgeous," and I didn't even know this was here.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a secret gem in the
yeah,
community.
yeah,
But hopefully more people can find out and we'll hear it on the podcast.
yeah.
And
No,
wanna
that's great. I'm
check it
excited.
out. Yeah, me too. Is there anything that maybe I have not touched on that you would like to share with us in regards to maybe yourself or your winery or anything? Want to make sure we get everything.
I don't think so. I think that about covers everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure I'm like making good use of your time.
Yeah.
All right. So, as we wrap things up here, my final question is one that I like to ask all of our business owners and entrepreneurs that come here because I'm always like being curious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
have you had maybe a mantra, a saying, a quote, maybe a line of a song that has inspired you in any way in your life that maybe you still are just like, I'm feeling cruddy. Let me read this quote again to remind myself.
No, I would say kind of what I live by is like authenticity, truthfulness. Even if you have to say something that hurts somebody, present the best truth. Don't lie to somebody, but maybe say it in the nicest way possible or the
Yeah.
gentlest way possible, but say it.
Say the truth. Yeah.
Lying doesn't help anybody.
No.
Honestly, my kids know. People that are a liar, I just have no tolerance or time for. They
Yeah.
just need to go.
Yeah.
My husband laughs. Some of my very best friends are probably insanely honest. They'll say things you go, "What in the world that girl just say?" But but it's fun and I respect it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the times in life actually that I've fallen down or done things I look back and go, "Oh, I regret that," was because I wasn't doing what really deep down I knew was more authentic and I should have been doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm all done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm done with that. Only
I'm all
fun
done
and
with that.
truth here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I love that. That's a good word of advice, I think. I think sometimes I am a little bit honest too, and people are just like,
But it's better
girl.
off,
Yeah.
I mean, you waste even like dating. You think about the people in your past, maybe that you've dated, and you've made allowances for, or you've changed yourself for, and you think,
No.
if I wasted a whole lot of time doing that, you know what I mean? If I had just been myself, take it or leave it. You
Yeah.
like me, then we're good.
Yeah. No.
We just waded through a whole lot of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Amen to that. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the
Oh,
podcast.
absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yay. I hope it was fun for you because it was
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. No, that's great.